All right, you know it's Samsung season, so all of my Samsung nights, go ahead and stand up, all right? Come up out the attic, the basement, brush your dust off. It should be a layer of dust about this thick because we got the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra in the house, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Now, you know how everybody always says, who goes out there and spends full price for their Samsung device? There's so many good trade-in deals. If you got the old device, you can trade it in. Guess what? I raise my hand. I will voluntarily raise my hand to let you know I am the bonehead that went out there and spent $1,500 on this Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. And I'm not ashamed about it, all right? I'm actually proud of it because you know we're going to be giving you the real when it comes to talking about this device. Now, I'm not saying nobody other reviews is fake. Samsung gifted those devices a lot out there, all right? But they ain't checking for me. I got too much to say. I'm too vocal, all right? I'm a little bit too raw for people out there, but y'all know how I get down. I never hold my tongue for anything. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. $1,500 for this Samsung exclusive Silver Shadow 512 gigs. That's why the price is what it is. So let's go ahead and get into the first impressions. 24 hours of what I've been feeling about this thing. It's been in my pocket, main SIM, all right? That's how I rock when it comes to reviewing devices. I don't front for you, all right? I got the iPhone sitting on SOS. There's no service. I am not someone who takes the iPhone and put it in their pocket, does a few things on their iPhone, keeps their main SIM on their iPhone. I mean, you got people reviewing Samsungs with Apple Watches on. All right, we going full ecosystem. All right, we going Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra and these buds. All right, the Galaxy Bud Pro 4s are just chef's kiss. I'm missing one. I hope my son don't got it. I hope my puppy doesn't have it. All right, but love these things right here. We're gonna talk about these and especially compare them to the AirPod Pro 3s, or as the tech nerds say, the APP3s. All right, never say that. But Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, how was the unboxing experience? Now, when I took this up out the box, I love how thin this device is. And I really think people don't talk about that when they talk about this device. They just immediately go to the camera, the display, and we're gonna talk about that. All right. We're gonna talk about the do dirty privacy display. But how thin this device is really impresses me. Now, I also knew that this was going to be thin because I started to get cases in, different things like that. And I was like, wait a minute, this thing feels really thin. I think this is kind of a slip on thing when it comes to the S26 Ultra. So it feels really good. It kind of gives me Galaxy S25 Edge vibes, if you can say so. And that's a good thing because S25 Edge felt amazing in hand, and this does as well. Also, I like the kind of blend between S devices and Note. All right, they kind of rounded the corners off a little bit. You know, the older devices had a very sharp edge. I know people complain about it being sharp in their hands. I don't really mind. All right. I think that's a welcome change, and it feels a little bit comfortable in your hands for those who like to run your device naked. All right. We're going to talk about that next, especially when we're talking about the body. But yeah, if you run your thing naked, I think you're really going to feel good about how it feels in your hands. And men, ladies too, you can appreciate something naked in your hands. All right. Next, titanium. All right. The lack thereof titanium. Samsung switched. They did what Apple did. Stop following Apple, and don't, everything ain't good to follow. But I get thermal challenges. I get, vapor cooling chambers. I get all the super nerdy tech stuff. I can tell that the iPhone went aluminum. It just feels a little bit cheaper than the 16 with that titanium. But when it comes to the S26 Ultra, I'm having a hard time distinguishing the two. This feels kind of like the titanium one did. Now, I know if you already see people out there posting pictures on Twitter showing you that their phone is scratched up. Listen, man, it's aluminum. Put a case up there, all right? We talk about cases all the time on the channel. Get a nice little solid case and just slap it up there. It'll be fine. So, the aluminum, I don't mind it, all right? Maybe because I haven't had any dings or scratches or anything up there, but in hand, feels just like titanium, if you can ask so. So that pretty feels good in my opinion. Now, one thing that I've always loved about the Samsung devices, that's going to be display. Now, that's the one thing that you've been hearing all across the social medias, whether it's the 8 to 10-bit discussion, whether it's the privacy, whether it's the eye strain. Let's go ahead and talk about it all. Now, first things first, 8-bit, 10-bit. Let me not say certain things because, F that. We say what we want to say. The average person is not going to be able to tell the difference between 8 and 10-bit, but don't get that misconstrued. Don't get that jacked up that I don't think they should have that for the price. For this, look, I paid $1,500, so I should be wanting 12-bit. All right, but for the average person, and I know the average person isn't going out getting S25 Ultra, although I beg to differ. I know 3 people who are getting these. That's very average. But you're not going to be able to tell the difference. But for the price point, they absolutely should have 10-bit. Every device, you talking about over 1,000, you need to give me 10-bit. Now, whether I can tell or not, I know it does matter to some people, especially when we talk about this next topic of everybody talking about eye strain. Now, I kind of discredited people on X and I apologized and was like, man, this device is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. People are just talking about whatever to be talking about it. But the more I look at it, I'm trying to understand what you mean by the eye strand. Like, is it eye strain? Is it not as high quality? Because I have mine turned to QHD. Make sure when you get these, they set it on 1080p. Turn that bad boy up to QHD to get your full oomph when it comes to a Samsung display. And with me looking at them, I feel like it's not as sharp as before. So is that what you guys mean by this is giving you eye strain because the clarity isn't as good as it has been? Maybe because of the privacy display feature? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you guys let me know what that's all about when we're talking about the privacy. The screen is fine. Samsung best displays out there when we talking about just short naked eye just looking at it, not getting all into the scientifics, naked eye just looking at it. It's a good display, but I can tell I feel like this may be a step down in terms of true clarity compared to an S25 Ultra. But all that is said, it's still going to be an amazing viewing experience. I still love looking at this device, and I don't have an issue with it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the fun thing, all right? The thing that I had a change of mind just a few hours ago when we were talking about the privacy display. Now, my thing about the privacy display is all of a sudden everybody needs to be private when you use your phones. I've never heard nobody really say anything about being private until Samsung came out with the privacy display. Now, all of a sudden, people are signing presidential documents on their phone and they don't want nobody looking over your shoulder. Listen, man, I get that some people need the privacy and I understand. I work in an office setting. Every now and then somebody walk past my desk, I can be scrolling something on my iPhone and this big bright boldness and somebody just look right over and can see what I'm looking at. And sometimes I'm just like, yo, can you mind your damn business and keep walking and go back to your desk? But I feel a lot of people are kind of being extra about it. Now, is the privacy display a great feature? You damn right it is. I had to kind of withdraw my statements. Now, as you can see over here in the camera beside me, you can kind of see my angle. And I love that this is kind of showing right here because you can kind of see what's going on. And I hope this camera does not cut off. It's been acting up. Hopefully it gets to the video. If you don't see the footage on this, just know this camera cut off. But when you're browsing something, all right, I can pull up Instagram and something like this. And you can browse Instagram and you can run across some crazy stuff. All right. You can go on Instagram and you can run across craziness. You can run across some cheeks. You can run across some anything. And that's just the algorithm doing the algorithmic things. Okay. Sometimes it's okay to peep at them. You keep peep at them and you keep scrolling. But say you doing that, and then you pop that privacy display on right there. And now it dimmed out, and you see as this angle right here is a very good angle showing you that that is turned off to where you really can't see anything unless you kind of directly over my shoulder. And let me go ahead and show you in this camera. Boom, it's blacked out. When I first started talking about this, I was like, I think it's not that good. People, no, T, you might have to do a little back step and kind of take your words back because this privacy display feature is actually pretty dope. And this is one thing that I was really looking forward to because, of course, when you're on planes and different things like that, and you can be scrolling and you come across some cheeks, you kind of be like, oh, even though I'm grown, I don't care. But it's something that you got to be mindful of when you're talking about the person next to you. Like, okay, did they see what I'm looking at? So now you can pop that privacy mode on and you can scroll in peace, look at cheeks in peace, or do your do dirty, however you're doing it, peacefully. All right. For those out there, don't do it. Don't do that, man. Be good out there. Now you can go the extra mile and go to maximum. All right. Now, maximum is something that I don't see I don't really see myself using maximum. It grays out the display, as you can see right here. It just washes things out and it doesn't give you a pleasant viewing experience. I don't know where I would need to just black things out like this. And it works very good. Don't get me wrong. It works hella good when we're talking about blacking things out. But the way it gives everything this kind of grayscale look, I'm not a big fan of that. All right. And I don't think I'll be using this. But if you need maximum, all right, OnlyFans at work, things like that. If you need that type of protection, then maybe you want to throw maximum on and rock out and do your thing. But for me, I think I love the feature that it's available and you can just kind of pop it on right there and let me get maximum off. And I think this would be all I would need if I'm on a plane somewhere doing something where I don't want everybody kind of glancing over and looking at my device. That I can appreciate. Me being in the office, sometimes working slow and I'm kind of scrolling. I don't want to see somebody know I'm buying a pair of J's. All right, the new 13 dropping this week. I don't need everybody seeing that. So I like the privacy display. I think it does pretty good. And when you're talking about the regular privacy display, it does just fine. It really doesn't hinder the colors, just dims ever so slightly. But me, I got mine coming on when I'm doing my banking apps. All right, my Amex, my bank account, my PayPal, different things like that. I have it turned on and the transition is so smooth of it coming off after you're done with that app. So that's kind of what I feel about the privacy display. We'll probably talk a little bit more about that in the future, but I do think it's an amazing feature. Would love to see how they improve with it. In Apple, you need to get the copying because I think a lot of people are feeling it. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about One UI. This is one thing that it's just over the years how impressive Samsung has gotten when we're talking about One UI. I mean, this thing has this began getting so smooth. I haven't had a single issue, although it's only been 24 hours. I haven't experienced one bug. I haven't experienced one glitch, no slowdown, no nothing. This thing has been rock solid and it has been smooth. And dare I say, it's been a little bit more smooth than iOS 26. I know on Twitter I said iOS 17, my bad. But I think it's been a little bit more smooth than the iOS 26, and I don't think I'm too far-fetched from saying that. Just smoothness, buttery smooth. That's what you expect when it comes to, we're not talking about old school TouchWiz anymore. That's what we're talking about when it comes to this device. So One UI smoothness, once again, that's something that we're going to see the longevity of. The device is still new, it's fresh. It hasn't stretched its legs out yet. So I'm interested to see how it does long term, as well as battery life. All right. Now we can talk about the battery life that I've been on today. Now, once again, I don't like talking about battery unless it's like 2 weeks and beyond. Okay, don't take battery. If you see somebody who just got it a week ago and they're already doing a full review, take battery life with a grain of salt, man, because I still think with Android devices, maybe it's the old school way of me. I think they take like 2 weeks to learn your usage. But so far for me, for today, we looking at screen off time, 11 hours and 39 minutes. Screen on time, I got 6.5 hours and I got 24% left. This is the very first charge. So I'm pretty sure this will get better over time. I will do a separate video talking about battery life, and I'm only going to charge this when it gets low, especially charging it via Type-C, because that 60 watts is damn impressive when we're talking about charging it. Two of my favorite features so far about this phone is the privacy display. Well, three, how thin it is, and the 60-watt charging. I love 60-watt charging. That kind of gives me the feeling that I don't got to charge it up overnight. I can pop it up on the charger when I'm about to leave out of work in the morning. And when I grab it, it's going to be 100%. I think that way of charging is a little bit better, especially when we're talking about battery health. So far, man, this thing is solid. Oh yeah, turning over on the back, no magnets. Okay, look, and I think a lot of you will love this device to get a little bit thicker and throw this S Pen, all right? For y'all, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not an S Pen user. I'm not even gonna front to you. I don't really use the S Pen besides signing some documents, those presidential documents that you gotta turn the phone on maximum to use. I don't do much besides just signing that, signing some little documents, different things like that, contracts. I don't use it a lot. It's there when I need it. It's out of the way, but I will take a thicker device and give me those Qi 2 magnets in here any time of the day than have an S Pen function. That's just me personally. You let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Cameras, all right, cameras. That's something that still we got to get into. I'll show you a few videos, just quick little snaps I did of my son. I haven't taken many videos. It's only been 24 hours. He had a day off from school. We went outside, played with the RC cars, did a few things like that. So I'll kind of pop those pictures up there. They're okay, all right. I haven't taken any videos so far. I haven't done the little rotating. I'm not sure when I'll ever do that because stabilization is just fine on these devices. I'm not running a 40 while recording my son playing soccer. Just not doing that. But we'll try it out. Not the APV. The APV is the pro video, the horizontal lock. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe we'll try it out and see what's working with it. But overall, so far, pretty solid device. I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. I'm a person who usually tries to do this. In a weekend, I get tired of it, go right back to my iPhone, and I get iPhone dumb again. That's the reason why I like doing Android, because it gives me that fresh feeling again when you're talking about enjoying a device. I enjoy an iPhone. It's just familiar and what I'm used to. It's okay to get a little bit of a wrinkle in your workflow at this age, man, if I'm truly going to enjoy. My experience is always enjoying a Samsung more than iPhone. iPhones I tolerate. They're in my workflow. It's what I'm expected to use. But this is fun. It's fresh. It feels better. It feels vibrant in your face. I just love using a Samsung device. And then we'll see how all of the peripherals do also. Stay tuned because we're going to be locked in. We're not switching back after a week. Y'all got my word. You're going to see a few videos on this S26 Ultra. But so far, it's been solid. You know what I mean? Great feeling in the hand. The privacy display feature is good. The display is fine. The camera so far seems pretty solid. The battery, pretty solid. I've always had inconsistency when it comes to Samsung batteries, so we'll kind of see how that does as time rolls along. But so far, I'm really liking this device. I hope this device does exactly like the 17 Pro Max does, and it's more than what it says on paper. Even though a lot didn't change, the refinements made an overall better device. I hope the same thing happens with the S26 Ultra. So make sure you get subbed up, man. This is just my first 24 hours impressions. Of course, we're going to do a week later, and however long later we're going to do when it comes to using this device, accessories, just getting into a little bit more. So hit that sub button if you like these down to earth, sitting at the coffee table with a glass of bourbon. You let me know your favorite bourbon in the chat. Matter of fact, if you made it to the end of this video, put the drink emoji in the chat. Get subbed up. We're going to do a live stream later this week talking about this bad boy. And yeah, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. S26 Ultra, really feeling this thing so far.